Hello guys, and today guys we're going to be doing have you ever wondered about this game? It's too hard for you. Well, usually the bad reviews are from little kids and they're not really they don't speak English. But there is a way. So to play the game you'll either have to select these ones. Now usually randomize is the easiest, but I always go historical. I'm better at the historical now. But anyways, the randomize has lots more people in it and then simplified and historical. However, it might have less, I don't know. But this one's easier because you have more bigger filthy rich markets than here. Here the biggest ones like the UAE and Switzerland. Here it's randomized, so this one's the one you should do. Now I'm gonna call my company guide company. I already did this last time. This is a test recording, by the way. It's not a real one, so if it goes up, that's a little bit confusing because I'm not trying to put this up or anything. But if I'm doing a really good job, I'm just gonna keep it. So player name, doesn't matter any of these, so you can just call yourself something. I'm just gonna call myself the God Guy. I don't know. Doesn't make sense because this is not our name. But this is just a test, okay? Now beginner difficulty, normal. I'm gonna do beginner just to tell you how to actually play this game. You can keep on all competitors. I mean, if you're bad at the game, you can take off a few, but it's really good to take putting them on because there is a very easy way to beat all competitors. Now you wanna put all the victory goals on. You don't want to take off any of these because for a beginner, you really want to just if you don't get this on, well then the game becomes an infinite game where you have to get Monopoly or Singularity. And keeping this on will end the game in 2034. Yeah, or you're still going to be able to go in free play, so you still could get. You can't get Singularity at this or time. You get one victory and that's it. I don't know if you should leave this on, but leaving this on makes you then 34, and that's what I want. So now, at this point, you'll press start game. You can also select the look. I'll just do the regular one. This doesn't matter. The only thing that matters here is the difficulty, your opponents, and your victory goals. They're the only thing that switches the game. This doesn't. Oh, the bonus. Bonus usually is best. Percent research. Logistic is also expensive, so that was a good one. Production, yeah, that is a nice one, but I don't know if you should go for that. 20% research, okay. You have a blue color, and I'm going to start the game. As you can see this loading screen. It's a pretty cool reference to Commodore 64 from 1980s. Yeah, this game is a really nice game. But, as you can see, I found Computer Tycoon, enjoyed the tape drives, and of course you can't hear it right now while I'm doing this because I have muted the game. Also, I'm not recording computer audio right now. Yeah, this game is actually muted for me, so because I just need to focus on this, So yeah, or you can turn it on in the options. But anyways, I prefer not having any sound. That's usually what happens. So we're gonna start, and I would press the skip tutorial. Now, if you have done this once, you have to do the tutorial once. If you don't, then just do a game, start the tutorial, finish the tutorial, and end it. So once you've got this, you get the opportunity to skip tutorial. Now that's what I'm gonna do because the tutorial has some stuff that you have required to do that I wouldn't do. So when you go skip tutorial, you got your guy. You can't change his name because you already selected that. So no changing your name. Now, if you're gonna do you can't done with 0 skills and anything, you'll always have 100% royalty. That's one thing equal among you. Now, what you want is a good charismatic manager. So if you find one with like a 60 skill point, which I just did but missed it, find one with like a 6 high skill point, it's really good. It's easier to find a great researcher, but also a logistic manager is a really good one. Now it's gonna be hard finding. Logistic is a really nice skill to have for a manager, but it's never always the best skill. It always goes up to some point. It's not really that useful. So yeah, you can just spend the whole time looking and looking and looking and looking for some guy. This looks okay. He has 50 charismatic points. That isn't that great though. Want him to have at least like 40 logistics so you can use him for some great logistic. You know what? This is fine. 30 logistic points, 65 charisma. This is what you want. His monthly salary also costs money, which is fun. Oh, now we want guy. Logistics is not really on my point, so I'll just go manufacturing or research. If you find a good researcher, that's really useful. And if you're manufacturing for all ways, this guy's okay. Manufacturing is something that discounting is absolutely amazing. The research is also one thing that I love boosting in the game. But for now, all I need is manufacturing. So Chow Wong, welcome into the team. So this is what we have. We have an office now. Yeah, instead of garage we usually play. And also, we save a little bit of money because we don't have to do the tutorial computer that's useless. Now, that is a kind of save of money because you don't have to make an extra component or everything. So yeah, it saves your money because you don't have to test it. Actually, I don't. But anyways, you start the game. Do not spend any logistic points and immediately go to your manager. Just joking. You get a site. I want you to originally, first you need to go in a poverty market. On this difficulty, it's random, the communism, so, you know. Also, this is a poverty market. You can select one of these. For example, you can select this one that's a low tax. It's not really worries if you're not selling in the market, but yeah, these are both open liberal, so that means we can make a site. Right now, I'm going to introduce you to more mechanics later on and see we have 1 million offer. If you want to go to magic list, it no longer unlocks after 3, which is, as you can see, 25,000 PP is $52,000. Usually, if this happens, you're just going to get your manager here, you set the task, and you're going to go passive, because the passive task, manufacturing, like he has a really good skill value, you can delegate. So now, its PP is 41,000 PP a day. That's really good. For example, you can see we've got 52,800 daily cost, 41,000 PP. So that means we save money off making computers. It's a really good bonus. The research is also something that's really expensive. That is also something I usually get. But when you get these things, you always want to go for the office, because if you have a tier 4, even if you only have a tier 4 factory, getting a tier 5 office is okay. So you want to get some logistic points at marketing lab. In this difficulty, I would just get all of these. You might know the difference of these. This just makes it a bit efficienter and it's really useful. But the research, you should go in multiple big packs. So now we got one. I usually buy, now we need to find another poverty market that isn't closed or communist. So we're gonna go, for example, Turkmenistan here. Ukraine is in poverty, that's not, I'm gonna choose Germany here. You're gonna build a site. And I'm just going to repeat the process. And I'm going to get another market here. Poor, poverty, France. Okay, no. As you can see, United Kingdom is filthy rich. If you look at filthy rich countries, you can see some very big filthy rich companies. Really, they make the biggest filthy rich country communist. That's annoying. Oh no, then that's just rich. Oh yeah. Now, as you know, some of these markets, for example, these high markets have high sales tax. That's not what you like. You want to go in a high population market, For example, we'll just look into here, it's 27% sales tax. Here we have a very low sales tax. So Russia can be our first market. But Australia is also here, but it has a low amount of people. So the US is going to be the best one where you can use that sales tax bonus. Yep, it's really expensive. So our first market should be Russia. But look at the wealth. They're poor, so that's not really going to be great. So I want to go in a rich market with loads of people. Now, New Zealand is a really, really great option. However, I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to keep this market as one of my list. It's going to be on my list. Okay. And also, now we're going to have to get, so yeah, we have a site. So how many sites do we have? We only have 2 sites. We're going to get another poverty site. Just go into a poverty market. Now, it's never the same. So you just want to go in a poverty market that isn't closed or communist. That is not, you cannot build sites in communist. So as you can see, all these are poverty. You can put this on any one of the sites, and it's always recommended that the one you have that bonus, you should always upgrade the site to their up levels first and use it first. So you're just gonna copy everything as we did last time. Apart from building the research lab, that's what we're gonna do in 2 filthy rich markets. We're gonna find 2 filthy rich markets. I went a little too fast. Saudi Arabia is filthy rich, as we saw. Now, these are not countries. You don't worry about the countries. Usually very big ones. Now, I was looking at New Zealand being rich, but there were better options out of being rich. If you find Russia or America free, just look at their sales tax and research. It's pretty low. I just need to check the New Zealand one. That's a high sales tax. Actually, that's very high. I think I need to use a manager for that. Okay, that was a bad idea, thinking of that. Russia has so much people and a low sales tax. I might be able to get more profit than in New Zealand. Yeah, you have to think about your profits. Now, here as you can see, we're going to build a research facility, a discount. We're going to turn off our pipe, but we're going to build it just in case backup. We're not going to use it. We're going to have everything, however, however, they were only tests, so we don't, these are just, so we have some stock reduction points, you know. And the last thing we're going to go is we're going to go in another filthy rich market that there is. Anyways, look, filthy rich. Don't go communist because, yeah, that's, just don't do that. You're not building this. Yep, we're going to take that down. We're just going to follow that procedure again. That's 2 research points a day right there. Now, we're going to go and build a new computer. That's what this episode ends off today. We're going to build a computer you don't need a name. So for a cake, I won't make a memory. If you make a DIP memory, you should overclock the base clock and put this at the minimum you can. Usually putting it about 0.01 is the lowest you can do. That's going to be the best. You can edit these values now. Really nice thing. So, 1974, that's all I'm going to call it. It's not going to be nice, but yeah. We're going to add the memory to our computer. You can give these names, but they're useless. 4040 CPU. I usually go these. These have really nice weight and ease of use and prestige. You can't get that on your first computer. You don't want to overclock this thing. This thing gets really expensive if you overclock it, as you can see. And it doesn't give you lots of performance. It's very slow, the CPU. So you're not going to give it any, you can give it a name like 4040 or something like that, because that's what it is. Now remember, you have these values, and as you can see, most of our performance is from the memory. Now we're going to get a storage, okay? So we're going to have Winchester technology and the heat sink. So we're going to turn down the performance and quality. Okay, so 1 megabyte storage. Okay, so there's a 1 megabyte storage, and we're gonna add I don't need a name. That's what we need. Now so far we cannot see the cost, but and also, so yeah, we're gonna build a new AC/DC converter. So we're gonna have a power 1910. I don't need you just boost this thing, and yeah, that's a BP cost, and if we know, we're gonna know its price. So yeah. And now we're going to get a motherboard, and we're going to get a DIN connector. Usually, just don't boost it. You don't need to do anything with this. It's not great. What happened? It didn't make itself. I think I might have pressed back by mistake. But yeah, there. The OS, you should bump up really high. So hopefully, guys, you enjoyed this episode, and I'll have to say goodbye. And also, this is part 1 of the guide.